CEMTV. Reliable news and entertainment.
A very good morning and a happy new week to you, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing this brand new morning? I hope you are enjoying the weather, because I know I am. It's raining cats and dogs, and at some point the weather subsides, at another point it intensifies. And a lot of people today have been complaining of the cold. A lot of people have been saying, it's too cold. The rain caught me unawares. I was ambushed by this rain. And especially my weather oracle here, the fact that she has already made a complaint this morning and air conditioners are a no-go, that's one thing that's really putting it's putting me in a very jovial mood, because in our office where I and some other reporters stay, we have the AC on full blast. I could hear some of them complaining, but of course everywhere needs to be cool now. That's one of the reasons I love this weather, because when you go outside it's cold, you come inside it's cold, and honestly I think that's how the weather should be. We should have this chill. She's already looking at me weirdly. We should have this chill weather. There's this peace of mind that comes when everywhere is cold. And of course, this is the online trend segment on CEMTV's Morning Pulse. I am Emmanuel Tamuno Tenari. So Vera, how are you enjoying? Before I even come to you, I would want us to just take a very, very short break, and by the time we come back, I'm sure Vera would have been able to collect herself. She'll be able to perfectly collect herself, because the question I'm going to ask her this morning,
Is it time? I can't wait to see it.
Voice of the people, stories that matter.
Oh wow!
Truth in every moment, now and forever. Across every border, across every land, we form, we empower, together we stand. From Africa to the world, connecting everybody.
welcome back from that short break. As I said, by the time we come back, I'll ask you, the weather oracle, a very, very serious question concerning the weather. And Vera, do you aspire to move out of the country and go to, countries in Europe or the likes of Asia?
I think I've said that before a couple of times, that I love Nigeria too much to want to go live in another country. Visiting, yes, I want to travel the world, see the places. I love to see other places. However, living there, no, I'm definitely no. And I'm happy I don't have to share any office with Tammy, because Tammy will most definitely allow this cold to deal with me. And you know how I'm always saying during our weather reports, I'm saying go out with your umbrella, go out with thick clothes. Imagine me still having to wear thick clothes and still having to be under the AC, because Tammy loves the AC a lot. Anyways, I'm just happy that I don't have to deal with that and be in the same office as Tammy. But of course, welcome to the trends right here on SEM Television. This is where we get to have a conversation on what it is that is currently making the rounds and trending, from world of politics to social affairs, public affairs, and even entertainment. My name is Vera. Philip. And of course, Tammy is right here with me, and he's going to be taking us on our first story for the day.
And of course, the story is starting off with some good news with the kidnapped Oyo children and their teacher being released. It was, of course, it was the video released by the military, with them revealing the individuals saved from, the den of these terrorists. Here is, the video of these individuals. You can see the children back. You can see, of course, our military personnel welcoming them back. Children are extremely happy to be back.
Yeah.
And I am happy to see that they are in a better condition than was expected.
Yeah, of the children, how excited they are, and how it isn't realistic. Now, I would like to also state that children are always going to be children. No matter what children are going through, immediately you hand them some chocolates or you hand them some biscuits, they've forgotten about every other thing they've been going through, and they focus on that. That's why even the Bible will tell you to be like little children.
Exactly. You can see them right now, with their
they do not have anything.
Smiling.
All they are concerned about is whatever it is that's in their hands.
Exactly. It's as you can see them even fighting over their snacks.
You can
so you can see that the trauma. I think that's good news.
Yeah.
If you ask me, it's good news because it shows that the trauma will not stick with them. Most people are expecting PTSD, and honestly speaking, the fact that they're not showing signs of being traumatized, I think that's something to be happy about.
Yeah.
It's just like seeing someone that was robbed. The woman was robbed, and because she wasn't raped, you're like, it could have been worse. Like, why are you reacting like this? Why are you wishing for something worse to happen in order for it to be considered to be more serious?
Well, we're just happy that these children are safe and sound. I also saw the video of your principal's husband who went to church to do a Thanksgiving. It was so beautiful because I did see when he cried so much after his wife was kidnapped. Then he went and did a Thanksgiving in church. Family members as well accompanied to do Thanksgiving. It's been, this is one of the best news we've heard in the last week. Also visited the hospital to see how they are doing. So so far it's been progress upon progress regarding this case, and it's good.
Well, it's been progress upon progress, but of course we still have some issues that still need to be addressed. And as of recently, the federal government has allowed for the increase in the price of the cost of registration when it comes to the West African Examination Council examinations, which is of course the WAEC and NECO, from 27,500 naira all the way up to 50,000 naira for next year's session. And of course that marks about 82% in increase. And it begs the question, if the Nigerian people are being encouraged to go to school, if the Nigerian people are being encouraged that education is key, why then do we see so much increase? Why then do we see such a hike in prices? We see school fees have become so expensive, acceptance forms, now we're seeing that the entrance education itself has gone beyond what some people can afford. A lot of people are making complaints on social media that they are the ones putting themselves through school. Where do they expect?
The reasons the government have given for this increment, you can also see that there's a consideration to increase of rise of conducting examinations, even the fact that we're also having to conduct CBT examinations for WAEC and NECO. So it's understandable. However, the place that we are economically, is it wise to increase fees from 25,000 naira, 30,000 naira, all the way to 50,000 naira? First of all, the increment is a bit too much. There's how we are meant to increase, prices of whatever it is, goods, services, whatever this states. Do they now incur this much payments as well? Do they now increase what they pay, or do worries on them actually in paying the fee? So this is strategically not okay, because we're also seeing that we're trying to improve our examination standards and all of that. Now, if we are trying to increase or improve our examination standard, and it's costing us money, and we have to actually get that money from the citizens who, of course, in this current state and time are going through a high rate of poverty, going through economic crisis, is it wise to take that decision? Is it not better to take a step back? If we want to actually increase or improve the rate of examinations in Nigeria, we can go back to And not to say some places cannot do CBT. We can segment it. Now, places, you know, in cities that can obviously do CBT examinations can do CBT examinations because obviously they can afford to do that. And then those states or those places, those regions that can't afford CBT examinations can do their pencil and, you know, paper examinations, at least until we put measures in place to make sure that they also are carried along in this. All the government sponsors part of this education as well. If this money is being increased to 50,000 naira, is it government sponsoring any amount of it? If the government is not sponsoring any amount, yeah, at least we've not gotten that information yet. So if the government is not sponsoring any amount of it, imagine a person in community secondary school, you know, down a very remote area, paying 50,000 naira. How much do they even make in a month to be able to afford 50,000 naira? We already have a high number of children, out of school children in Nigeria.
I mean, Nigeria has the highest number of out of school children in Africa.
So that means that we're about to have another increasing number of out of school children because a lot of people would not be able to afford this amount of money. So that should be put into consideration. Are we trying to